and I've had drinks in the car. I don't text in the car. Actually, I've got a car now with sync, so all I have to do is tell it what to do. But before that, it was very, very rare that I'd actually talk on the cell phone while I was driving, because even if you're talking on the cell phone, not texting now, if you're talking on the cell phone, you are a lot more distracted than you are than taking a sip of soda out of a bottle or a cup. Texting, you can't do that. I don't care how good you are. You can't do that without occasionally looking at the screen. If you're looking at the screen, you're not looking at the road, and it doesn't take very much for you to go off course, meaning off your particular lane. If you're doing 60 miles an hour, most people have not done the math on this, but if you're doing 60 miles an hour, you're going 88 feet a second. In 88 feet, you can cross over a line and cause a lot of damage, and most people, when they're texting, take more than a second to look down at the screen. You know, one of the other things it's going to maybe sound strange, but the GPS systems, the Garmins, the TomToms, the things like that, if you have them off to the right of your vision, usually they're in the middle somewhere, stuck on the windshield, or the ones that are built in are always off to the right. When you're looking at them, you're not looking at the road as well. So I'm not so sure they're a great idea. Maybe you ought to have one that'll talk to you and listen to it as opposed to look at it.
And what if you're looking at your miles per hour too? You're supposed to keep it at a certain level, and then you can't do that unless you're checking to see how you're doing. So you've got to keep your eye on the speedometer rather than on the road, right?
Well, again, what I find interesting is sleep deprivation, texting, and some other things that are just as bad as driving while intoxicated, as far as your ability to handle the car.
Texting is worse.
How are you now going to legislate that? Are you going to make texting a felony?
Well, if it
are you going to make texting a felony?
Sure, of course. If it causes more accident than alcohol,
more death,
you've got to.
Yeah. Well, are you going to make it? Are you going to make texting with a 15-year-old in the back of under 15 as it would be the DWI?
Of course. My object is we have a basic economic breakdown, and one of the ways we can take care of that is building jails. Thousands and thousands of jails. We just enlarged the one over here, and before it's finished, you've got it filled again, you know.
And look at
we're putting more and more people in
hire
jail.
more COs. We've taken care of the problem altogether. We've solved the state's problems if we do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, but why is the jail full? Do you know why?
Why is what?
Why is the jail full right now?
Because it's just like a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, and if there's a room for somebody in that jail, whoosh, they'll put somebody in.
Well, you have a lot of federal prisoners in the jail now.
Not too many, though. What did they tell me? About 80 out of 250,000.
But those are paying customers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they...
That's like a Days Inn. You might as well put the Hotel 8 sign on the outside.
Billy, I told the sheriff personally that I'd like to have the contract for the new prison. I'm going to just build a Howard Johnson's. And it's going to cost him 19, he said 19, I told him it would be 25, and it was ultimately.
Yeah.
I could put one up for just $1 million to take care of 800 prisoners. Put up a nice Howard Johnson, put a big heavy wire, razor wire fence around with 3 or 4 mean dogs, and the bars on the windows. That's all you have to do. One guy to walk around unlock once in a while and toss some food in or whatever. And and it wouldn't cost us diddly squat compared to what it's costing. We put in $25 million, and you know how many prisoners that took care of?
30 maybe?
I think it was 9.
9?
Yeah.
Well, Jim and I, when Jim was the district attorney and I was still am the public defender, we worked again also with Sheriff Gerasi, with Joe.
And he's doing a good job.
I'm not
criticizing Joe. He's under pressure.
Well, we tried very hard to have a list of felonies of which we felt that were not violent felonies, that the people could be released, they should not be sitting in jail. And we worked, maybe 6 months on it, Jim? Mm-hmm. Trying to figure out how we could get this down to the local village and town courts and the city courts and keep these people either released under supervision for probation or whether ankle anything to cut down on the, and Joe worked very hard with this. We presented it to and nothing changed.
No.
Nothing changed.
Why didn't it change?
Because judges don't want to appear to be soft on crime, so they always set high bail on charges where they shouldn't set any bail at all.
Right, bail was supposedly just to keep you around. And
right. It's to ensure that you're going to reappear.
Yeah, right.
Here's the problem. Here is the problem. Will always be the problem. This is an over-the-top type of problem. But Governor Huckabee the Republican who ran.
Yeah, I see
Has
him
his Willie
apologizing
Horton
all
now.
over
Yeah,
hell
Yeah,
for
he has his Willie Horton
letting the
now.
guy off, yeah, right.
And he let a guy out based
Right.
upon whatever the
The
parole.
judge himself and all the parole board and
he
everybody
killed-
in town.
And he killed 4 police
Right,
officers. And
right.
I've seen with other judges that I knew when I worked in Erie County that, you know, they might put $10,000 bail, which was sufficient on an individual. They go out and they commit another crime, and again, it's the press. Does the press say, you know, does the press talk about whether or not that person should have been released on bail? No, it says, Judge so-and-so released somebody, and they committed this crime, and they should have been in jail.
Soft
and
on
that's all.
crime,
Right.
releasing the killers into our society to kill again.
Right.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to be in a judge's shoes.
No, it's a political problem, and it's a press problem. I think you're right. You know, I just got this funny sound. We're out of here.
Oh,
We're done?
We're done.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Well, that's okay. You can hog all the time you want. No, I appreciate you being here, and you made some wonderful points. I wish we had more time. We'll do it again sometime soon, okay? In the meantime, I want to give you each about 20 seconds. Go ahead, uninterrupted. You first, Jim.
Well, I think this program hopefully brought to light many of the problems that we have in the criminal justice system. And unfortunately, in a program that lasts less than an hour, it's impossible to really dissect all of the problems that exist, all of the solutions that may be out there, and all of the things that we can do. Suffice it to say, we really need to work towards improving the criminal justice system.
Jim Subjack, our past DA, now in private practice in Fredonia. Where's your office?
Corner of Main and Water, 2 West
Corner
Main
of Main
Street.
and Water. Okay, and he's doing the job. Billy Caughlin. Now he's the head of the district attorney's
No, public
other side, the public defender. Go ahead, Billy.
The only thing I would have to say is, and I know, and I'm not meaning to pick on the local press, but I don't believe what you read in the papers. Realize that there is an agenda, and many times that they are understaffed. They do not report what goes on in the criminal justice system. That they should devote some time and some reporters to interview, to have people in the courtroom to know what's going on, so the public actually knows what's going on in the criminal justice
Well
system.
said. Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure having you here, Billy Caughlin, Jim Subjack. I want to give a special thank you. I think my sound just went out, I don't know. But anyway, thank you, Chuck Kelsey, doing the job. He's building our new studio. And along with Devin Taylor, I want to thank Chris Bird. I want to thank Chris Remaker, Mort Flexer. I want to thank Randy Bird. What a job. Roy Harvey, Jeff Zook, and not last, Don Zenz. And all the people who have called in and are watching us all over the county now. And sorry, the last caller, we didn't get you, but we'll have them back one of these days. Get out there and dance, sing, put up your Christmas tree, and may all that is proud and true and noble abide with you. I'm Reed Powers. This is a good show.